You are welcome to this lesson. Watch this video to the end if you want to pass your chemistry JAMB. These are guarantee questions for you to pass. Let's fire on with the questions. Question 1 says the number of protons in an atom is called A. Mass number, B. Atomic number, C. Neutron number, D. Electron number. Now, let's see what is a proton first. Now, when we talk on proton is a positively charged subatomic particle that forming part of nucleus and determining the atomic number of an element. Then let's see what is mass number. A mass number is the number of particles of an atom which is obtained or formed from the sum of neutron number and number of protons. The third option is a neutron number. A neutron number is a chargeless subatomic particles that form part of nucleus of an atom. The last one is electron number. Electron number is the number of negative charge subatomic particles of an atom. From this explanation, you will know that atomic number is the number of protons in an atom. The answer here is B. So don't get confused. Whenever you see a question like this, try and understand the question first before you choose. Question 2. This question is very simple, but students do fail this type of question. The reason is because they think that the question is too simple. Now, this question is being tweaked. Now, the question is isotope of an element have the same A. Mass number, B. Atomic number, C. Neutron number, D. Physical properties. Now, you can see that this A and B, they are almost similar. Now, somebody may think as if, yes, mass number is the right answer. But the right answer there is atomic number, because isotope of an element is defined as the number of an element that has the same atomic number but different mass number. Question 3. Question 3 says, which element is most reactive among halogens? A. Fluorine, B. Chlorine, C. Bromine, D. Iodine. Now, these are all halogens group elements. These elements are in group 7. So if your chemistry is good, you know that the reactivity of elements in group 7 decrease down the group. So the right answer here is fluorine, because fluorine is the first element before chlorine, before bromine, and before iodine. Question 4. Which of these is a noble gas? A. Nitrogen, B. Oxygen, C. Neon, D. Chlorine. This question is very simple. It's a bonus question to you guys. The correct answer is C. Neon is the example of noble gas, because neon contains 8 electrons at the outermost shell, while nitrogen 5 electrons at the outermost shell, B. Oxygen 6 electrons at the outermost shell, and chlorine 7 electrons at the outermost shell. Question 5. Atomic radius decrease across a period because A. Increase in shielding, B. Increase in nuclear charge, C. Decrease in electrons, D. Constant protons. Let's first of all understand what is atomic radius first. Atomic radius is the distance between the nucleus to the outermost electron of an atom. So how does this option affect the size of an atom or the distance between the nucleus of an atom to the outermost electron? The correct answer here is B. The reason why B is the correct answer is because as the nuclear charge increase, it decreases the atomic radius of an atom across the period. Because imagine a period is a shell of an atom. So if electron is adding, is increasing. So when the electron is increasing, it increases the nuclear charge as well. So as the number of electrons increasing in the same shell, nuclear charge also increase, and it decreases the radius of an atom across the period. Question 6. An ionic bond is formed by A. Sharing electrons, B. Transfer of electrons, C. Losing protons, D. Sharing protons. What is ionic bond? Ionic bond is formed when an atom of an element is given out one of its electron or more to electron acceptor. So the correct option here is B. B is the right answer, transfer of electrons, because the electron is transferred, and the example of this ionic bond is a reaction of a metal and a non-metal. Example, sodium chloride. Sodium is given one of its electron or transferring one of its electron to chlorine. This is an example of ionic bond. Question 7. Which compound is covalent? A. Sodium chloride, B. Potassium bromide, C. Water, D. Magnesium oxide. The correct answer here is C. But let's know what is covalent first. What is covalent? A covalent bond is a type of chemical bond that two atoms connecting together by sharing of 2 or more electrons. Sodium did not share electron with chlorine. Sodium give one of its electrons to chlorine. Bromine and potassium give one of its electrons to bromine. And the same thing magnesium. Magnesium give 2 of its electrons to oxygen. So the only option there is C. C is the covalent bond. Question 8. Avogadro number is A. 6.02 times 10 raised power 23, B. 3.01 times 10 raised power 23, C. 1.00 times 10 raised power 23, D. 9.00 times 10 raised power 23. Now, this question, some people, they will get confused and they will fail this question. But let me remind you, always Avogadro number is 6.02 times 10 raised power 3. So here the correct answer is A. Question 9. Which of these has metallic bond? A. Copper, B. Water, C. Carbon dioxide, D. Methane. First of all, let's know what is metallic bond first before we answer this question. A metallic bond is a chemical bond in which mobile electrons are shared over many nuclei. This leads to electrical conductions. The easiest way to understand this question is knowing what is metallic. A metallic is coming from the word metal. It's metal-like. So now, in this four options, which of the option is a metal? So we get to understand that our option A, which is copper, is a metal. So copper is the correct answer. So there's no how water is a metallic bond, no carbon dioxide, no even methane. So the correct answer there is A. Question 10. Molar mass of carbon dioxide is A. 12, B. 28, C. 44, D. 16. Let's see what is molar mass. A molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of a substance, element, or compound. Now, what will be the molar mass of this substance or this compound now? Carbon, the mass of carbon is 12. And then the mass of oxygen is 16. So 16 times 2 is 32. 32 plus 12 of carbon is 44. So the correct answer is C. Question 11. Number of moles is equal to A. Mass times molar mass, B. Mass divided by molar mass, C. Molar mass divided by mass, D. Volume times mass. Now, let's see what is number of mole is. The number of moles of a substance is a way to count how many particles of atoms, molecules, or ions you have. So now, in this four options now, can you pick any of these options that you will tell me that is the way to count the number of atoms in a substance? Do this before I will say the answer. The answer is B. Question 12. Which gas law relates pressure and volume? A. Charles law, B. Boyle's law, C. Dalton's law, D. Graham's law. This question is a very important question because this question is part of WAEC and NECO question. So be very careful with this question. So let's know what is gas law first. Gas law are a set of scientific relationships that explain how gases behave when conditions like pressure, volume, temperature, and amount change. Let's look at the options. Which option is the correct answer here? Charles law. This law relates with temperature and volume. Let's look what Boyle's law. Yes, Boyle's law is the correct answer because Boyle's law relates with pressure and volume. Because Boyle's law explains how the volume of a gas is being tempered by pressure. So the right answer is B. Question 13. A base in water produces A. Hydrogen positive, B. Hydroxide negative, C. Carbonyl, D. Chlorine negative. What is the answer of this question? First of all, let's know what is a base. A base is a chemical compound that neutralizes an acid to produce salt and water. Another explanation or definition of base. A base is a substance that is formed by a metal and hydroxyl group. Example, sodium plus hydroxide given us sodium hydroxide. So a base in water cannot produce hydrogen positive, neither no carbonyl or chlorine negative. A base in the water can only produce hydroxide negative.
So the correct answer there is B. B is the correct answer.
It's only an acid that produces hydrogen positive when it dissolves in a water. Question 14. A pH of neutral solution is A. 0, B. 14, C. 7, D. 1. What will be your answer in this question? Some will think as if this question is very simple, though it's very simple to me, but some of you will get it wrong. So let's see what is pH. A pH is the substance that shows the acidity or alkalinity of a solution by its color. pH scale ranging from 0 to 14. So now, the neutral solution will be at which number? Between acid and base. So what is the center of those values? The middle or the neutral solution will be at 7. So the correct answer there is C. 7 is the correct answer for neutral solution. Question 15. The example of strong acid is A. Methanoic acid, B. Hydrochloric acid, C. Ammonia, D. Sodium hydroxide. So among these options, which one is the correct answer? In these options, we only have 2 acids in these options. The acids are A and B. So now, the strong acid among these two is HCl, hydrochloric acid. So the answer is B. Sodium hydroxide is a base and ammonia is a solvent. Question 16. Indicator that is colorless in acid is A. Litmus, B. Methyl orange, C. Phenolphthalein, D. Universal indicator. Now, in these 4 options, which of this option is colorless in an acid? Now, our A, option A, we know that acid turn blue litmus paper to red. So A cannot be the answer. Let's see B. B, methyl orange. B, in the neutralization reaction, methyl orange usually change color, yellow to pink or yellow to orange. So the correct answer here is C. C, phenolphthalein. The answer is phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is the indicator that is colorless in acid. Question 17. Neutralization produces A. Acid plus base, B. Salt plus water, C. Gas plus water, D. Salt only. You see, all these questions that make most candidates fail because always you have been hearing neutralization reaction. So you see, some people, they'll end up taking A as a good option. Let me explain what this neutralization means. Neutralization is a certain point where acid and base are being react to give a product. So these products are what and what. So now neutralization produces salt and water in the reaction of acid and base. So the correct answer there is B. Salt and water. Question 18. Oxidation in chemistry means A. Gain of electrons, B. Loss of electrons, C. Gain of hydrogen, D. Loss of oxygen. Please, you that are watching this video, be sincere to me that this question do not confuse you. If you do not take your time and understand this question, you may choose wrong answer instead of choosing the correct answer. What is oxidation? In chemistry, oxidation defined in different ways. We have the definition of oxidation in terms of electron transfer, and in terms of addition of oxygen, and in terms of removal of hydrogen. Now, is it gain of electron, or is it loss of electron, or is it loss of oxygen or gain of hydrogen? Now, oxidation is when a substance reacts with another substance and then give its electron to that substance. So from this option here, A. Gain of electron, B. Loss of electrons, C. Gain of hydrogen, D. Loss of oxygen. Now the correct answer here is B. Loss of electrons. Now C. Gain of hydrogen, loss of oxygen. You see, the C is wrong because oxidation is the loss of hydrogen and then is the gain of oxygen, not loss of oxygen. So the correct answer there is B. Question 19. The general formula of alkanes is A. CnH2n, B. CnH2n plus 2, C. CnH2n minus 2, D. CnHn. Now let's first of all look on what is alkanes. Alkanes is any acyclic saturated hydrocarbon. Examples: methane, ethane, propane, etc. Now this to tell us that this family of alkanes only contain a single bond, is saturated, so single bond in between hydrogen and carbon. So now let's look on this formula. Now which formula here is the what is the formula for alkanes? Let's use ethane to check the correct answer which one is the general formula of alkanes, since ethane is from the family of alkanes. So now ethane have the molecular formula of C2H6. So we are picking option A to check and use with this molecular formula to check whether A is the correct option. So we all know that ethane is number 2 of the family. So since ethane is the number 2 of the family, our N there is what? Is 2. So from option A, we have CN, the N there is 2. H2, our N there is 2. So time is 2. We have the formula C, molecular formula is C2H4, which is wrong because our molecular formula of ethane is C2H6. So let's move to the next option. The next option, which is B. Now B there is CnH2n plus 2. Now our C, the N is 2, H2. Our N is 2 times 2 plus 2. So C2H, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So our molecular formula of ethane is C2H6. So the correct answer here is B. Question 20. What is the functional group of carboxylic acid? A, OH, B, COOH, C, CHO, D, NH2. Now, let's first of all know what is functional group is. The functional group is the active part of a compound. It determines how the compound behaves in chemical reactions. Now, what is carboxylic acid? A carboxylic acid is any compound that has the COOH group, which makes it behave like an acid. So from this definition, we know that our functional group of carboxylic acid is B, which is COOH. B is the functional group of carboxylic acid. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful to you, please subscribe to my channel and check my videos for more questions. See you in the next lesson.